What's up, guys? So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to get jacked ASAP if you had to start again. All right, so if you watch this video, you'll have all the tools to be successful in the gym if you had to start again. See, with me, I did not have these tools on front of me, and it took me a long time to figure things out. I was trying it on my own, trying to do it my way, and I done tried every mistake in the book, every single mistake that you possibly could think of. I tried and I failed at it. So we're going to go over it. So a little bit about myself. I've been lifting for a long time, but a lot of those years, I did not understand how to do things. And I tried to do it on my own. So the first tip on how to get jacked as soon as possible is you have to hire a coach. Hire a coach that's been there and done that. This will cut the learning curve tremendously. Like for years, I tried it on my own. I tried every single thing on everything. McDonald's diet, but thought I could get jacked off that. I was eating Wendy's at night. I was playing ball. I was taking all the supplements. I went through every single phase. Vegan. You know what I'm saying? Meat, all meat, light calories, every single thing. I tried pretty much everything but like keto, but I tried everything. And it wasn't until I got a coach and he really helped me understand that you could cut the learning curve, man. You could spend 5 years in the gym trying to do it on your own. And in the moment you get a coach, you'll spend like 30 days with him and you could get more results than you did with that in that 30 days than those 5 years. You have to get a coach. It's the smart thing to do. A lot of you guys are cheap. I know I was cheap. I was holding the money. But think about it. What are you going to spend the money on anyway? What's more important than your health, being more confident, getting the results that you want? What's more important than that? See, being cheap is not going to get you the results. Hire a coach. Whoever you look up to, whoever it is that you value, that is going to get you jacked as soon as possible. Once you hire a coach, you have a mentor, you have a coach by your side. He's going to teach you every single thing you need to know to get jacked. All right, y'all. So the next thing you are going to do to get jacked ASAP is you're going to eat clean. Now, I'm not talking about this if it fits your macros or you fit Wendy's in and cheat meals and cheat days. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about whole foods in your house or wherever you live in the cabinet, whole foods. So if you have them snacks or if you have chips in the cabinet, I advise you to clear that out. You're eating nothing but whole foods. See, a lot of times, even with me, I thought I was eating clean, but I wasn't. You know, I thought going to McDonald's getting a McChicken is protein. It is, although it's not as good as Whole Foods. See, I thought getting some protein, getting a McDouble, getting all these things is okay as long as you burn it out and play basketball afterwards. These are not going to get you jacked ASAP. They're going to get you big. They're going to get you big, very big, but it's not going to get you jacked ASAP. What you need is whole foods in your diet. So eating clean is a big thing, and this is something that is very challenging. You know, I live in New York City. There's a bodega on every block. There's a fast food chain restaurant on every block. It takes some real discipline to go to the store and get yourself some Whole Foods and bring it back and meal prep. These are things that not a lot of people are willing to do, but that's what it takes to get jacked, especially if you're trying to do it as soon as possible. So that's what I would do. That's the second thing I would do to get jacked as soon as possible. All right, y'all. So the next thing I would do is you have to have a jacked mindset. If you're trying to get jacked ASAP, you got to have a jacked mindset. You know, some people make these wishes, whether it's to get jacked or get a girl or whatever it is that they want. They make these wishes out and they don't really have the mindset. The mindset it takes is you really have to really be in tune with the person that you're trying to become. If you don't have a jacked mindset, if you going out smoking weed every day, drinking every night, going to parties all the time, that's not a jacked mindset. You have to really be in tune with this person. How does he look like? How does he feel? How does it feel like to be him? You gotta feel like you deserving. You gotta almost feel like, man, of course, I deserve even more than this. I deserve this and more. Having that mindset is very important. That's going to get you to your goals. So every day, writing it down, being clear on this person that you want to be. How does he want to look like? Everything. That is what's going to separate you and get you that mindset and get you jacked as soon as possible. Because if you don't feel like you deserving of abs, you ain't going to get it. So that's the third thing, y'all. All right. The next one is recovery. See, a lot of people think, I just go to the gym all the time, blah, blah, blah. I sleep 3-4 hours a week or blah, blah. That's not going to get you jacked. You have to recover. You have to understand recovery is very, very important. So getting your sleep in. If you're struggling with sleep, a sleep aid at night, recovering your body, knowing when to rest, knowing when to give it time, breaks in between. Stress levels, keeping your stress down. So these things are going to speed up the process and get you jacked as soon as possible. What I use is at night, I use like a sleep aid. Right now, magnesium glycinate, and I use that to help sleep. Because sometimes for people that sometimes they use that caffeine, and it's hard for them to sleep if you use caffeine during the day. So at night, I supplement it with some magnesium that helps me sleep really well. So whatever it is, if magnesium or a sleep aid, recover well and decrease your stress levels as much as possible. All right, y'all. And last but not least, this is a video on how to get jacked ASAP, although there has to be some patience involved. So if you follow these methods for 30 days, you should see substantial results. But be patient with this, all right? Because it's a long process. But if you follow these tips that I'm giving you, you will get jacked as soon as possible. All right, y'all. If you're interested in more tips, click the link below, book an appointment, free appointment, and I'll see you guys soon. One out.